Look at these pictures. These are chilling pictures. Mobs gouging out the national emblem from the foundation plaque inside the Hazratbal shrine. Viewers, there it is on the corner on the left. And then they go at it, viewers, with zeal. I mean, just look at their zeal. Their blind hate, their fury, their loathing for the Ashoka lions, the pride of Bharat. These visuals tell you many things, and almost all are scary, viewers. First, there are still some who aspire to turn the Kashmir Valley into a theocratic outpost where the symbols of the nation are seconded to the writ of Islam. That's the first lesson that is coming through, viewers. Second, that Islamist supremacism is the real unstated reason why there are pockets of alienation from the Indian mainstream in the valley. That de-radicalization and not development is the only cure for this. Third, that perhaps the Supreme Court of India erred when it ordered the Modi government to hold elections. But above all, last but not least, that giving in to demands for statehood to Kashmir will uncork the genie of insurgency, viewers, as politicians will never be able to stand up to the Islamist hardliners seeking to create a second Pakistan. And this is the proof of that. And that's why, viewers, I have almost always said that under no circumstance should full statehood be given to Jammu and Kashmir. Viewers, at this last point of politicians being able to stand up to Islamist hardliners, viewers, not been an accurate assessment, then top politicians, including rather shockingly the state's chief minister, would not have defended this assault on the symbol of the Indian state, viewers. But they have. They have been succumbing to appeasement politics. And that's the fundamental reason why they're rationalizing this. Even people who hold constitutional offices, who swear by the Constitution, viewers, are going out there and they are saying this is okay. That this desecration of national emblems is, viewers, okay. Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Umar Abdullah says the first question is whether the emblem should have been etched on the foundation stone. I have never seen the emblem being used in any religious function. So what was the compulsion to have the emblem on the stone at Hazratbal shrine? What was the need to put up the stone? Was just work not enough? These are questions he's raising, viewers. Mehbooba Mufti, PDP chief, the opposition leader there. She says, and I quote, emblem on plaque at our religious place is gustakhi or blasphemous. Instead of punishing arsonists, case should be registered against those who ordered this plaque, unquote. Viewers, in case the state chief minister Omar Abdullah missed it, the irony is that the national emblem has featured prominently in the past and nothing was ever said. Omar Abdullah's face, viewers, and national emblem emblazoned on a poster invoking the name of the Prophet on Eid. There it is. There you can see it, viewers. There's the emblem. No one said anything. Ashoka lions clearly seen on the plaque, put up in Hazratbal premises, built for pilgrims. There you can see it, viewers. That's the plaque. Let's go back to that picture. That's the green one. There it is. That's the emblem. No one defaced the emblem, viewers, all this while. As pointed out earlier in this show, viewers, they first purged the Hindus 35 years ago. Now they want to purge Hindustan. Wind the clock back to a time before the abrogation of Article 370, when the Indian state and its symbols were seconded to state symbols in a blatant disregard for the nation's sovereignty. Is that where these people want to take us back? Viewers, Article 370 allowed Jammu and Kashmir to contest India's national symbols like tricolour with state flag. Jammu and Kashmir constitution mandated that state flag would fly alongside the tricolour. Pre-Article 370 abrogation, hoisting the tricolour in Srinagar's Lal Chowk was considered an act of betrayal. Viewers, these are the facts. And I always bring you the hard facts, viewers. We're going back to a time before Article 370. And guess what, viewers? There are plenty of people who want to give the Chief Minister the full power to run this state. Let's open this up, viewers. Let's ask some fundamental questions tonight. We have with us, of course, the chairperson of the Waqf Board, Ms. Andrabi. So I'm going to bring her in, but in just a few moments. We have with us Abhijit Iyer Mitra, and I want to begin with you first. Abhijit Mitra, set this up for me. I cannot understand what is going on. You've been tweeting about it. You've been bringing a lot of facts out there. There's something very wrong here.
What's wrong here, Rahul, is the fact that these people are complete two-faced hypocrites. This is a tweet of mine showing you all the images of Khomeini, Khamenei, and all kinds of leaders engraved. Not even engraved. You know, this is very fine Persian tile art in Iran. You can see the images placed right inside the mosque, outside the mosque, wherever they can find it. They never seem to have a problem with their idolatry. But they have a problem with anything else. That shows the problem here is not the lion, you understand? The problem is the Indian state itself. Here is an image, because this shrine was renovated using government funds. Here is an image that Omar Abdullah himself put out, which has the lion on top. Can you see that?
Yes.
So this is very clear. What these people do is they bhadkao everything as it suits them when they don't want it. If they're against idolatry, they shouldn't put up images of anyone, including the chief minister. Now, there is a Sunni diktat that, you know, one of the reasons they hate the Iranian regime, the Saudis, the Emiratis and things like that is because in their interpretation, the very personification of Khomeini, Khamenei, etc. is considered idolatry. Right? But on the other hand, if Mr. Omar Abdullah is a Sunni and if Ms. Mehbooba Mufti is a Sunni, why do they put up their own photos? There is also a thing that they should go around wearing burqas. Do they wear burqas? No. This is the kind of selective following of their own religion that they do. Selective interpretation of what according to them is idolatry and what is not. And mind you, this is exactly how the overthrow of Sheikh Hasina started by the Jamaat-e-Islami in Bangladesh. They went after the Statue of Justice, you know, the blind lady holding the scales outside the Supreme Court of Bangladesh. They went after that. Then they went after Mujibur Rahman's photos. Finally, they came out on the streets and overthrew everything. This needs to be nipped in the bud. Whoever has done this is a clear violation of the Dishonoring the National Symbols Act, and they need to be punished very, very, very harshly. Had I had my way, I would have said that everybody who opposed this also needs to be disqualified from ever contesting elections, but that unfortunately is not the law of the land. And you know, the law of the land, unlike these people's little whims and fancies, is actually applied very evenly. It doesn't depend on where the moon shines and what time it is for them to decide that today they are Muslim. They will be very strict with this. They will not be strict with that. It is the cherry picking and the sheer hypocrisy of it all. Absolute hypocrisy of it all. That is so mind-boggling.
Well, let me tell you, viewers, I hope the Indian state is going to restore the emblem on that plaque. It should be back there. Taxpayers' money has gone into renovating Hazratbal shrine. It doesn't belong to anybody.
Sorry, Rahul, just a quick point. On the matter of taxes, are you aware that the Indian government gives out more to the average Kashmiri than they do to the landless Bihari laborer?
That is true.
The net revenue, it is in fact Bihar which subsidizes Kashmir, not the other way around.
Yes.
A Ram Mandir was built using entirely private funds. This has not. This has been, the entire renovation has been done by the Indian taxpayer, and we have a right to put whatever the hell we want, wherever we want, as long as it's done in our name, using our tax funds.
There you go, viewers. The government of India has used our funds, which of course it's a custodian of, to renovate this, to give this back to the people in good faith. And look what they're doing. Ms. Masood, let me bring you in, and let me bring in Sanju Verma, and I also want to bring the chairperson in. Ms. Masood, I want to ask you something. I want to ask you a very basic question. Are we a theocratic country? Are we Pakistan? Are we Afghanistan? Or are we a constitutional democracy where the state symbol occupy primacy? I want to ask you a question. And if you think that we're a constitutional democracy, then why are these people tearing down these emblems? And why is your leader and other Kashmiri leaders, including a Congress member of parliament, viewers, defending this? So, ma'am, Ms. Masood, please respond to me today.
Thank you, Rahul, for having me in the show today. Well, it's not the question of selective following of the religion, as was put by one of the panelists. He's talking about average Kashmiris, how the money is being, it is the government money which is being spent on the construction or the renovation. It's basically the donation of the people. We need to look into that. Where did that all money go to? First of all, I quickly will make few points. These are that the deliberate breach of the State Emblem Act by the Vice Chairperson of the Waqf Board is in fact a grave abuse of the constitutional authority. Well, I do condemn the way people have registered their grievances. It should not have been there. There is absolutely no space for any violence or vandalism. I do agree that, and our party also agrees that. But the accountability must begin with those in power who first violated the law and
how was the law violated, Ms. Masood? Please explain.
Sentiments.
How was the law
Yes.
violated? Please explain.
Well, there is a State Emblem Act 2005, which in fact lays down in Section 3, right with Section 4, wherein it has been categorically laid down where this emblem can be used. Ashoka emblem can be used.
Can you take us through it?
Yeah,
Can you take
I
us
can
through the act?
Just give me a second. I need to read it.
Yeah.
I needed to read it.
Yeah, read it.
Absolutely says, I don't have copy here, but I'll read it from Google.
Google.
Section
Viewers,
3.
this is the preparation. This is the preparation for a mainstream debate, viewers. They're going to go into Google. Google that readout of accurate knowledge.
Yeah, I will read it out. Just give me a second. It's not that quick here.
Now, viewers, we are being told it's not that quick here. So, viewers, you see what I'm saying? The basic question was that. It was a chaser question. The question was, explain to me what is the law? And viewers, here you have it. A problem. And I'll tell you, viewers, let me read out to you the prohibited use. And I have this here. Public sector undertakings, banks, municipal council, non-government organizations, universities, unless they have specific authorization. It's very, very clear, viewers, that any body that is built on public money can bear this emblem. It's very, very clear. This is an attack, viewers. They don't want to tell you this. It's an attack on the Indian state. You know all those slogans, viewers, that they used to read? Indian dash dash go back. This is a reiteration of all of that. Yes, Sanju Verma, quick response. 1 second. Sanju Verma, quick response. 1 second. Sanju Verma, quick response. 1 second, Ms. Masood. Sanju Verma.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 second, I'll come back to you. We are not running away, I'll come back to you.
Oh my God.
Let her finish. Yes.
I've not even started.
Yeah.
Rahul, it's one thing to come without any preparation on a prime time debate. And it's a different ballgame altogether to
I was
come.
not here to make you
Oh
read.
my
Ms.
God,
Masood, will you
Rahul,
stop
this is
shouting?
not
I'll
going
bring
to
you
be-
back in. I will bring you back in. You have not heard what I'm saying. I will bring you back in. So calm down. I'm counting till 3. 1, 2, 3. Put her down. Yes.
Yes. It's another thing to come on Rahul Shiv Shankar's show without doing proper preparation. But be that as it may, I hope I had the liberty of, Abhijit Iyer Mitra. He's right when he says, we should have the freedom to put what the hell we want. Unfortunately, I can't take that line. But I will just say this. Our currency notes, our passport, the President of India's office, the Prime Minister's office, IITs, IIMs, central government universities, the paramilitary forces, the Indian Army, the Supreme Court, the diplomatic missions, the High Courts, the district courts, everywhere the Ashoka emblem is used or can be used. And like Rahul Shivshankar said, as per Section 3 and Section 21 of the State Emblem Act of 2005 and the State Emblem Act of 2007, you can have the emblem even on a quasi-government body if that body is funded by the central government's exchequer. In this case, the central government has granted 40 crores to the Hazratbal shrine.
Yes.
So the Ashoka emblem being there is non-debatable, point number one. Point number two, hypothetically assuming it is not meant to be there, even then, can you justify vandalization of the Ashoka emblem? The answer is no. The third point is, instead of condemning the vandalization, what does Mehbooba Mufti say and what does Omar Abdullah say? Omar Abdullah called the plaque a mistake. Mehbooba Mufti went 4 steps forward and said, this is an emotion rather than a crime. The people who vandalized after getting overcome with emotions are not against the emblem. It is not right to say they should be arrested under the Public Safety Act and called terrorists. This is blasphemy for us. So Mehbooba Mufti Sahiba, Omar Abdullah Sahib, people who vandalize our national emblem, उनकी क्या आरती उतारनी चाहिए? उनको आतंकवादी नहीं तो उनको क्या शहीद बोलना चाहिए?
Shocking.
And my final point is this. They have a problem with Bharat Mata Ki Jai. They say this is communal. They have a problem with the national song called Vande Mataram. They have a problem with the national anthem called Jana Gana Mana. And no prizes for guessing who is this they. They are radicalized Islamist bigots
Yes.
who find a communal angle in everything, even when it comes to our national pride. The 4 Asiatic lions back to back on the Ashoka emblem symbolize fearlessness. The Dharma Chakra, which has Satyameva Jayata inscribed on it, symbolizes peace, progress, and prosperity.
Yeah.
The bull on the Ashoka emblem signifies hard work and steadfastness. And the horse signifies energy.
Okay.
Why do you have a problem? And by the way, the lotus on the Ashoka
They
emblem
have a problem.
signifies purity.
They have a problem with the Indian state. That's why, viewers, they conspired to create that architecture of Article 370. They wanted autonomy. Yes, I think Abhijit Iyer Mitra is trying to show us something. Yes, and I'll bring in Ms. Masood right after. Yes.
I'll cede to Ms. Masood just 1 second. Jammu and Kashmir Waqf Board's official Twitter handle. Let me read out the bio. Jammu and Kashmir Waqf Board is an Indian statutory body.
Yes.
Manages the affairs of major shrines and mosques across the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir as per the provisions of the Waqf Act 1995. Sarkar ka statutory body hai. And they are saying we will not put this.
I mean, the Waqf Act has been set up by an act of parliament, a statute of parliament. I mean, viewers, if the parliament, which it does, of course, has the Ashoka lion, any institution that flows from it, whether it's the Supreme Court or any other institution, it's publicly funded, can bear the Ashoka lion. It's a national symbol. Ms. Masood, what's the problem?
By muting my voice, you cannot just stop me here.
I'm
You
not,
have
I'm
told
asking
me to
you.
read the
What's the
section
problem,
3 and
please?
4.
Please read.
Please, I was not here to open the book and just read it out.
Yeah, read.
In front of you.
Read.
Neither I was prepared
Read,
to get
ma'am,
the
read.
copies of that.
Read.
Neither I was there. Come, just tell me, just quote me one shrine or the mosque.
Ma'am,
where it has
read
been
the
used,
act.
Where
Read
it has
the
been
act.
used. Where it has been used.
Read the act.
Come on, tell me.
Read
no
the
person
act.
shall use the state emblem of India or
Viewers,
any intimate
has
state
she
any
read
way
the act? No.
that creates an impression. I am reading
Has
it.
not. Yes.
I am reading it for you.
Okay.
I am reading it for you.
Yes. I'm also
impression
reading.
that it relates to or is associated with the government without prior permission from the central
No,
government.
ma'am, this is about fakery. Please read the law.
This is
One
section
second,
3.
one second, one
This is
second, viewers. Let
section
me read
3.
it out to you. Let me read
It
out.
is
Section
only-
3,
it is
prohibition.
only to be used
Let me
it is
read it
only
out.
to be
Let
used
me
in
read
the
it out
Rashtra Bhavan
verbatim.
Parliament.
Let me read it out
Courts.
verbatim, viewers. Listen to this. And you tell me, viewers, if we are right or wrong, or if this lady is deliberately misinterpreting, trying to suggest something else.
Misinterpreting.
Clause 3. Prohibition of improper use of emblem. Notwithstanding anything contained in any other law for the time being in force, no person shall use the emblem or any colorable imitation thereof in any manner which tends to create an impression that it relates to the government or that it is an official document of the central government. Viewers, this central Waqf Act, excuse me, ma'am, excuse me, you don't need to create the impression here. It is by the government. It's an act of parliament that created the Waqf Act. Oh my God.
It does not allow you to use the symbol. It does not allow you to use the
What,
sovereign symbol.
what,
It is
what,
crimes. It
what,
doesn't allow you.
viewers,
Why
what
does it- why does it
absolute
allow you to-
stunning, what
Why does
absolute
it allows you?
stunning,
Come on, tell me.
what absolute stunning.
can
Instead of,
interpret it
madam,
the way you
instead of
want,
shouting
but
at
this is
me,
not the
instead
correct
of shouting at me,
interpretation which you
correct
are
me.
giving.
If I'm instead of shouting at me and trying to
This
sort
is
of get
not the
into
correct
the, no,
interpretation
one
which you
second,
are
you're not
giving.
going to shout over me. I'm reading it again. Notwithstanding
also are not
anything
going to
contained,
stop
please
me
put
here.
her voice down. Notwithstanding anything contained in any other law for the time being in force, no person shall use the emblem or any colorable imitation therefore in any manner which tends to create an impression that it relates to the government or that it is an official document of the central government or as the case may be the state government without previous permission of the central government or of such officers of the government as may be authorized by it in this behalf. The government appoints, viewers. The lady who is sitting there, Miss Andrabi, and she uses her authority to put this particular emblem on a Waqf board, a state board, which derives its authority from the Central Waqf Act of 1995. Viewers, that has been created by an act of parliament. It is not something that is being made to look like an act of parliament. It is very much a national body. Please, madam, read. And let me now bring Miss Andrabi, since you have accused her of being a blaspheme, and God alone knows if she is going to be safe in the days ahead. Miss Andrabi, ये सब लोग कह रहे हैं कि आपने गुस्ताखी की है, that you have gone out there and committed blasphemy, and that you shall be prosecuted, and FIR should be filed. How do you respond to this, ma'am?
देखिए, शुक्रिया पहले आपका कि आपने इस पे बात करना चाहा, लेकिन ये जो प्लेट लगा है इनॉग्रेशन वाला, हमने पूरा 1.5 साल दरगाह को सजाया. आप वो पिक्चर्स दे सकते हैं. 1.5 साल के बाद हमने जब दरगाह हजरतबल श्राइन को खोला लोगों के लिए, तो वो एक पूरा साउथ एशिया का सबसे खूबसूरत दरगाह हजरतबल बन चुका है. You can see those pictures inside sanctum of that shrine. तो उसके बाद इनको 2-3 दिन तक ये तो कोई मसला ही नहीं है. नेशनल एम्बलम है, और नेशनल एम्बलम एज अ चेयरपर्सन ऑफ यूटी एंड MOS स्टेटस, तो मेरे प्रोटोकॉल में ये है. लेकिन इस वक्त तक भी मुझे ये हर जगह आप दरगाह हजरतबल में अपने नाजरीन को दिखाइए, जो भी वहाँ पे बोर्ड लगे हैं टूरिज्म के जरिए, वहाँ पे हर जगह नेशनल एम्बलम लगा हुआ है. तो हमें तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं था कि खुदा ना खास्ता हम कहीं पे भी बेहुरमती. मैं तो 3 साल से काम कर रही हूँ एज अ चेयरपर्सन, और आप देखिए जम्मू कश्मीर वक्फ बोर्ड 0 से हीरो हो गया. ये NC और उनके लोगों को
पच नहीं रहा,
लोगों को पसंद बिल्कुल नहीं आया. यही प्रॉब्लम है.
One second. So are you saying, and I have to come back to you, madam, are you saying, Miss Andrabi, that there is precedent, that ये पहले भी इस्तेमाल किया गया है और तब किसी ने कुछ नहीं बोला, और ये इसीलिए आप बोल रहे हैं क्योंकि इनके लिए पॉलिटिकली ये फायदा देगा, और इनको they want to actually save or take away, snatch credit from the incredible work that you've done? Is that what it is, Ms. Darakhshan Andrabi?
That was the only reason they feel very jealous and feel very low.
There you go.
All over the valley, because everybody praises our work, Jammu Kashmir Work Board's work. तो ये सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम रही, क्योंकि इनको लगता था कि ये शेख खानदान के पास ही है सारा, और पहली बार किसी ने एशिया की सबसे खूबसूरत श्राइन, जो आप अपने दर्शकों को दिखा भी सकते हैं कि किस कदर ये साउथ एशिया की, नॉट ओनली इन इंडिया, साउथ एशिया की सबसे खूबसूरत श्राइन बनी है, जिसको हमें बराबर, क्योंकि हमने इसको नॉट ओनली रेनोवेशन बल्कि रिकंस्ट्रक्ट किया, बहुत प्यार से किया, बहुत मेहनत से किया, सारी डिजाइनिंग मैंने खुद की, और रात दिन मैं वहां पे खड़ी रही। सारा वक्फ में जो डिपार्टमेंट, आपको पता है पार्लियामेंट में हमारे ऑनरेबल यूनियन मिनिस्टर साहब ने वक्फ बोर्ड जम्मू कश्मीर की अप्रिसिएशन की, और पूरी तरह से इसमें असल में यूनियन मिनिस्टर साहब को ही इनॉग्रेशन करने आना था, एलजी साहब को आना था, और हमने चीफ मिनिस्टर को भी उसमें बुलाया था, बट ऑल ऑफ सडन एक तो फ्लड की वजह से हम वो कर नहीं पाए, और यहाँ से ईद मिलाद था, तो हमने फिर यूनियन मिनिस्टर साहब ने कैंसिल करके, मे बी वो चीज रहा होगा क्योंकि उनका प्रेसिडेंस है कि उनके उसमें रहेगा ही
Okay, well,
emblem, national emblem.
there you go. Precedent is there, viewers. And Miss Masood, I want to ask you a question. If this is now replaced, if this entire stone plaque is replaced and that emblem is put there, what are you going to do?
Rahul, what Vice President of the Waqf Board was saying, it is not like that, as if it was never existing there. She is saying that she has done the beautification part and all that. She should remember in 1963 when there was this fire, then it was the marhum Sheikh Muhammad Abdullah who collected the donation from
Very
house
good.
to house and
Very good.
reconstructed
No one is
it.
taking away
He
anything
never
from
put
anybody.
His nameplate there.
Miss
He never
Masood,
put his
it
nameplate
doesn't matter.
there.
This is the Indian
Question.
government.
Yes, it matters.
It matters.
Yes,
Why?
It matters.
Why does it
It
matter?
matters
It's the
because
Indian
you cannot
government. The
use
Indian
religious
government has
places
given funds,
as a political
and
tool.
the Indian government must.
You wanted to use it as a political tool, and you have used
The
it.
national emblem is not
BJP
a political
is known for
sign,
using
ma'am.
the religion.
Oh my God.
They are
Rahul,
known for
them-
using
Rahul,
religion
can
as
I
the
just
election
ask-
cards. And they
Yes,
are
ask
using
her.
it.
Ask her
Why
this.
does the
Ask her
Act
this.
provide you?
Ask her this
Why
question.
does the Act provide
Ask
you?
her this
Law
question.
will not be interpreted
Miss
the way you
Masood,
are
Can you
you
believe it,
saying-
viewers?
will not
National
be-
emblem
you
for them
saying-
is a political symbol.
Miss
You need
Masood,
to
are
agree,
you
nobody is
saying that
above the law.
Ayatollah Khomeini
Is
and
any person above
Khamenei
the law,
are
Rahul?
takfir?
Tell me, is any
Are
person
you
above the law?
calling Ayatollah
What does
Khomeini
the
and
law
Khamenei
say? What does
takfir?
the law say?
Are
Rule
you
of law
claiming
is-
that Ayatollah Khomeini and Khamenei are takfir?
No, ma'am. I'll tell you,
Are
they're
you
not going
claiming
to.
that Ayatollah Khomeini
She's
and
not going to
Khamenei are
answer you.
infringes or causes any
She's not going
And
to.
their
She's
photo,
not
mind
going
you,
to answer
mind
you.
you, Rahul,
under the
their
law.
And they're
photo
just
is
going to keep
above the
shouting.
Quran.
Not innocent people.
Their images are above the saying from the Quran.
Absolutely.
They are not below the Quran. They are above the Quran.
And the person who's making the most racket in that state, viewers, is Aga
I think
Rahula.
this should be your headline, Rahul.
Yes,
I
it's-
think this should be your headline that the
Rahul,
national
I need to come in here for a bit.
spokesperson,
Yeah.
that the national conference
First
spokesperson is called
responsibility
Ayatollah
lies
Khomeini
with the
and
power
Khamenei
holders.
takfir.
As the
There you
state
go.
emblem is
Call them
governed
takfir on
by
your
the strict
program.
provisions of the law.
No, one second,
Its
madam. If you
misuse by the
think
vice
that the law
chairperson
has been
looks to be a
broken,
deliberate
stop
attempt.
shouting. Put her thing down, please. God, I mean, I've not been with somebody in a long time on a show who's just like a broken record. Kya problem hai, madam? I mean, what has gone wrong with you? Calm down. The point is, I've read out the law, viewers, and the law makes it very clear that this can only be used, the emblem, on government buildings and institutions. And no one has been able to challenge me on the point that this J&K State Waqf Board is not a government institution. It is very much a government institution. So the government has the right to put the national symbol. It's not a party symbol. It's only for these people that it's a party symbol, viewers. That's why they wanted to put their own flags and this, that, and the other. For a long time, viewers, they didn't even allow you to raise the tricolor in Lal Chowk. This is their mentality. Yes,
Exactly.
Sanju Verma.
Rahul, I just want to quickly say one very important thing.
Yeah.
If you look at the entire opposition cabal, including the likes of the Congress party, they've defended the vandalization of the plaque at the Hazratbal shrine. I just want to leave your audience with one very important message.
Okay.
Do you remember the year was 2022 and the Ashoka Emblem, a replica of that was placed atop the new parliament building called the Central Vista.
That's right.
And what did the opposition say? How can the lion emblem look so ferocious? This does not look like the original Ashoka stump. I mean, lions are supposed to be ferocious. They're not supposed to be doing meow
Mewing
meow
cats.
or look sheepish.
Yeah. Well,
mewing cats.
they have a problem, viewers. There is a problem.
Have a problem with everything.
This is a problem with the Indian state. And I've been saying this. This has got nothing to do with the lack of development, this, that, the alienation. There is lack of development in other parts of our country. People don't go around bashing the national symbols out of the ground, viewers. This is only to do with the primacy of one faith. And these are supremacists. And they need to be jailed. And I'm warning the government of India, if they succumb to this, and if they don't put this plaque back with the national emblem, these people will get emboldened. Tomorrow they'll go after the national flag. And there is now one very big national flag that has been put up, viewers, in the valley. They'll go right after that. Let me tell you, it's all about state sovereignty, and this is an attack on state sovereignty, and they're trying to dress this up as some big blasphemous act. If they have such a problem, go to the courts. Ms. Masood is such a great lawyer, she should go to the Supreme Court. They'll show her the law. Anyhow, viewers, let's move on. Because if appeasement